Target audience is 13 and up. Hey guys, today we are taking a look at Guardian Drigger. This is a Coro Coro exclusive and is used by a character who is a manga exclusive character. So the plot from the manga to the anime differs pretty greatly. Daichi shows up much earlier, and the characters that he interacts with very often didn't show up in the anime for whatever reason, mostly because the plot line was different. They could have shoved them into G Revolution, but they didn't, which is kind of sad, because some of these characters are really cool, and Guardian Drigger is a really interesting Beyblade. So the character we're going to be talking about, the owner of Guardian Drigger, is Kennosuke, and he shows up in the 7th volume of the manga. So at this point in the manga, Daichi's traveling around trying to become #1 in the world. He's going to different tournaments, he's winning most of them, and he's not very impressed with the people that he's fighting. Shortly after winning a tournament, an old lady gets her purse stolen by some jerk on a moped, and Daichi tries to stop him. At this point, we meet Kennosuke, who interestingly enough has the first ever seen sword launcher that I'm aware of. So Kennosuke ends up stopping this guy on the moped, returns the purse, and saves the day. And Daichi is pretty impressed, wants to fight this guy because obviously he's a very strong Beyblader. So Daichi ends up following him, tries to challenge him. Kennosuke kind of blows him off. He's not really interested. Daichi disregards him, launches his Beyblade anyway, and almost ends up hitting, I guess, his kid brother. So Kennosuke, enraged, ends up sort of accepting the challenge and ends up fighting Daichi. So Kennosuke ends up overpowering, absolutely destroys him to the point where he literally disassembles every part of his Beyblade when he hits him. It's pretty insane. So after the battle, Daichi ends up going off on a little training arc in order to try to get stronger, with his goal being to try to split a rock in half. And he ends up going so hard for so long, his hands are literally bleeding. So, what's Bird doing? So anyway, Daichi ends up completing his training, he ends up breaking the rock, and he goes back to challenge Kennosuke. So Kennosuke ends up seeing the blisters on his hands, sort of respects the amount of training that he's been doing, and accepts the challenge. So, of course, Daichi ends up winning and sort of moving on. It's a cool little mini arc. I really like Kennosuke. I like sort of the setting. They're sort of in the woods by this lake. They're both training. It's really cool. And they sort of part ways, and Daichi continues his journey. So, of course, at the end of the video, we have to do a battle, and it's going to be Gaia Dragoon versus Guardian Drigger. They both have these really aggressive attack rings. Not particularly great in real life, but they do look really cool. I do really like the designs of these sub-attack rings. I think they look sick. Gaia Dragoon looks awesome. You've got these 4 metal ball bearings down at the bottom. You've got a plastic sort of semi-flat tip, I guess, sort of flat, a really thin flat tip. And then you've got the sub-attack ring, very aggressive shape for Gaia Dragoon. Guardian Drigger is actually the Galleon attack ring with the Gaia Dragoon sub-attack ring, and then you've got just a flat base. So nothing too crazy going on there. I think it does have a Magna Core, but that's about it. It actually might just be a metal weight. Let's pull it apart real quick. Okay, it is Magna Core. Okay, so it does come with a Magna Core, so that's kind of cool. Again, this one is a Coro Coro exclusive, so we're gonna do a couple battles and see who comes out on top. Let me know which one of these you guys like best. I like them both. I think they both look really cool. Kennosuke is a really cool character in the manga. I kind of wish it was a character that had showed up in the anime. I think his design's really cool. I think the giant katana sword launcher is cool. It is literally like a 3-foot katana launcher. The thing's sick. But let's go ahead and do a few battles. No particular number. We're just gonna run a few and see what happens. Guardian Drigger takes that first one. I need to probably go a little less aggressive on the angle, just because how wide the sub-attack ring is, they can kind of scrape. So let's just keep going. Hey, get him, Guardian Drigger. Guardian Drigger takes it again. Is Guardian Drigger just the better Beyblade? I would have thought that Gaia Dragoon might kind of edge it out, just because the tip is a little bit smaller, a little higher stamina, but the blade base definitely not probably the best. Very convincing win by Guardian Drigger there. So Gaia Dragoon took that one. Gaia Dragoon took that one as well. Maybe it's just whichever one I'm launching first is going to end up winning. All right, I think we might end it there. So again, guys, let me know what you think of Guardian Drigger. Hit the like for the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already for future Beyblade content. Cover a decent bit of Plastic Gen content as well as X. Yeah, I'd appreciate if you guys drop a little following, know what I'm saying? Anyway, thanks again for watching. I will see you all in the next one.